Professor Shastri, you believe there is a relationship between what just now Professor Yadav said and the leadership battle, because Mr. Siddaramaiah in many ways was seen to represent this pro-poor, backward caste, Muslim, Dalit, tribal coalition the Congress was building. Therefore, it is his turn. Do you believe that that's how it is being perceived in Karnataka? That therefore Siddaramaiah, because he is the sort of ambassador of this social coalition, has the advantage and should become chief minister in the natural course? You're on mute. Professor Shastri, you're on mute.
There's a message.
Yes, go ahead.
They're not able to hear.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead
now. Are you able to? Yeah. As Yogenji said, there is a message in the verdict, and in what you are saying, the Congress process of decision-making of a leadership, I think that message is also playing out. Siddaramaiah represents certain social groups. He represents the coalition they are building. On the other hand, DK Shivakumar represents the organizational strength that the party has. And I would go with the argument that there is a democratic process. Maybe, yes, people should not have spoken in public about this, and that's why today you have come up with that clamp that no message should go into the public domain. But I think we must give that space to a party to be able to take its decisions. And as those who do not belong to a party, I think we have a duty to just wait and let them come up with a decision. It could be, I mean, it could be 15 days like in the case of Assam. It could be a week in case of other places. So be it. Whichever the party, when they have a victory, let's give them the time to take a decision rather than making comments 24/7 about the process by which the decision is made.
I take your point.
Once the decision is made, if there is dissidence, once the decision is made, if there is dissidence, if there is a difference of opinion, fine. That becomes a matter of public debate and the squandering of a verdict.
You know, it's interesting, in a way you're suggesting the problem is 24/7 news, which wants instant breaking news. Leadership battles don't work according to the news cycle. But Sanjay Jha, the question still remains. You know, had this been 20 years ago when the Congress was in power at the center, the High Command could have decided who they wanted as chief minister. The decision would have been taken in Delhi. Now, can a Mallikarjun Kharge really impose his writ on the party and decide between Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar? Or, as Shehzad Poonawalla is suggesting, do the Gandhis have an extra constitutional role? He hinted at that of Rahul Gandhi. Do you believe that's how it still plays out?
First and foremost, Rajdeep, is a historic verdict. The BJP has been dumped, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's political brand stands extremely vulnerable, and I think the BJP knows that. But let me add to what the conversation has already been about. Number one, let's give the Congress party credit here, Rajdeep. They have already held a secret ballot. I have friends in the Congress who tell me this is not a question of just who's going to be the chief minister. They are also looking at who is going to be part of the cabinet. Now, what are the political realities of our time? Both DK as well as Siddaramaiah are heavyweight champions in Karnataka politics, and Congress has actually got two formidable assets, and it is very legitimate to have political ambitions. You know, already you have seen cases of Uttar Pradesh where, by the way, after 8 days, the man who became chief minister wasn't even an elected MLA. He became an MLA much later. Assam, 8 days. But I want to give you two examples that we should not ignore. In Maharashtra, where I live, and Rajiv, so do you from time to time, the most, in my opinion, critical state for India from the point of view of the economic landscape. When Shinde and Fadnavis toppled Mr. Uddhav Thackeray's government, we did not have a cabinet here for 5 weeks. Two men were running Maharashtra. In Yadurappa, when Amit Shah toppled in Karnataka and Yadurappa became the chief minister, you had no cabinet for 4 weeks. I mean, we all know how in Gujarat an entire cabinet disappeared along with the chief minister at the whims of New Delhi. So I think it's about time we gave the Congress party some breathing space, because I will give you only one example, Rajdeep. I've been in politics long enough to tell you this. While inter-party warfare is always the headline, intra-party, kind of aggressive fight for the big job is equally, I think, in my opinion, a democratic reality.
Okay.
One last point. if in the US primaries, or even in UK for that matter, when 5 or 6 claimants to become the president or the nominee of a Democrat or the Republicans can go for each other hammer and tongs and yet work together and one becomes the nominee of the president, why is it so unusual if DK and Siddaramaiah are battling it out?
Okay.
Because this is a very legitimate term battle.